Now, back to AB Sports Conversation with Anthony Carlo and Benzino the Hero.
Back at it, WICR studio, low level La Pensa. This is AB Conversation, Benzino the Hero, Anthony Carlo. Anthony Carlo, do you have any updates?
Ben, today in sports, Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson was suspended until after his child abuse case is resolved. The Baltimore Orioles claim their first American League East division title since 1997. The Washington Nationals
Also got that title.
won their second NL East division title in the last 3 years. The New York Yankees are now 6 back for the second wild card spot in the AL.
We'll be talking about that later.
The NFLPA and the NFL have reached an agreement on a new drug policy, and Week 3 of the NFL begins Thursday night with the Tampa Bay Bucks visiting the Atlanta Falcons, and Week 2 just happened, Ben.
Week 2 did just happen because after Week 1 is Week 2 and before Week 3 is Week 2, so let's talk about Week 2. Anything that stood out to you?
In Week 2, well, I have some notable games.
All right. How notable?
Well, as notable as this cough. That's how notable.
That's pretty notable.
So,
It's sniffle season.
yeah, no,
Sniffles in full effect.
I'm telling
here.
you, right now I feel like almost like I have something caught in my vocal cords,
Well,
in my windpipe.
You're pursuing the show. You ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
All right, so it was so I was sick while I was watching these games, mind you, right? So I'm laying on the couch and I fell asleep almost all of the Giants game, okay? Because the Giants are just upsetting me, and I'm a Giants fan. Then I wake up later on, and I'm sort of intrigued by this Jets-Packers game. Jets-Packers game. So I'm intrigued by this, so I say, I'm going to watch this game, Ben. So I'm watching the game, and everything is going well for the Jets. The front four is putting pressure on Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
He can't get a pass off. The secondary is good. The Jets are you know when you have a nice a nice sailboat that's just gliding along, just sailing right along. Everything is sailing.
Looks good.
Geno Smith looked great. He's running. He's putting the ball. He's putting the ball in wide receivers' hand, right over their shoulder.
Decker was getting lovely passes by Geno.
Oh, it drops it right over the shoulder for Decker. I mean, Decker didn't have to do anything. Geno looks great. Then I fall asleep for a while because I'm sick.
All right.
The Jets were up 21-3, I think.
That's when you fell asleep.
I fell asleep then.
All right.
I wake up later on, and the Packers are winning.
Nightmare. Oh, wow.
The Packers are winning.
Wow.
I say to myself, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers happened.
Aaron Rodgers, that's a bad man, as they say.
Aaron Rodgers happened. Marty Morningweg happened. Marty Morningweg happened.
Would you like to elaborate about what
You elaborate.
Oh,
you elaborate.
my.
I can't take it. I'm not even a Jets fan. I'm not even a Jets fan.
In the fourth quarter, the Jets are trying to regain the lead that they did lose. And Geno Smith throws the ball to the end zone. Touchdown. The Jets got the lead. Yeah. Oh, wait, but sideline says timeout.
Yeah.
Everybody on the sideline, you called that timeout? No. Did you? No. Hey, Marty, you called that timeout?
Yeah, it's just there.
Oh, my.
He's just looking around. What's the
It really cost the Jets the victory because that was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown, and the game would have been tied. That's the most important thing, is that throw right there was a game-tying throw by Geno Smith. And Marty Morningweg, something gave him the impression that he has more anchorage on this team than the head coach, Rex Ryan. And he's on the field. He's on the field trying to get Rex Ryan to call a timeout, who's not calling it. And because Marty Morningweg's on the field, the touchdown does not count.
Yeeks.
So they bring it. I believe they brought it all the way back.
Yeah, they had to redo it. Yeah,
And the Jets go on to lose a game that there was a similar correlation between the two New York football teams this past weekend, and that is they beat themselves.
Yeah.
Both teams had the opportunity to win, their ball games. The Giants did against the Cardinals, who had Carson Palmer sitting on the sideline. Carson Palmer, their starting quarterback.
So the backup had come in.
Drew Stanton is throwing for the Cardinals, and Eli Manning and the Giants can't win. This is what it comes down to. No one scares me on the Giants. No one. No one on the New York Football Giants scares me.
Not even JPP?
Maybe JPP. Other than that, the set of receivers we have,
Victor
all right,
Cruz.
Victor Cruz does not scare me. Okay?
Too many commercials.
Because you know what? Last year he didn't have a good year, and you know what? This year he's not having a good year either. I don't care if it's 2 games into it. Victor Cruz, he complains he's not getting the ball. You're a wide receiver. Get open to get the ball.
Five receptions, 60 yards. That's not good.
That's not good.
Even though Patrick Peterson's on you, one of the best cornerbacks in the league, but
Patrick Peterson was holding Victor Cruz a lot of that game. Did you see that?
he had his touches.
They zoned in on Patrick Peterson, and Patrick Peterson was all over Victor Cruz, which you can't blame a wide receiver who's being covered, as you said, by one of the best.
Yep.
But here's the problem, is that if you're being covered by one of the best, you are one of the best. They're giving you that title.
Yes.
So Victor Cruz, it's time for you to rise to that title.
Show up.
Show up. Play to your name. I'm not afraid of anybody. I haven't seen anything from Rashad Jennings so far.
I saw fumbles.
I saw fumbles.
That's what I'm seeing.
Eli Manning. Look, I understand you can't always blame it on Eli Manning, but you know what? I saw too many. I saw a few forced passes that he just looked uncomfortable making. Passes he didn't have to make.
And that resulted into 2 interceptions for him for the day.
Yeah, two interceptions. He throws a ball off of somebody's helmet that deflects up into the air for an interception. I mean, the Giants, and Tom Coughlin was mad.
As he should be.
Exactly, deservingly so. Tom Coughlin, I really think, needs to, before he hangs it up in his career, he needs to jolt this team, get this team back playing where they should be. Because this game, I had the Giants winning. I had the Giants winning this game against the Cardinals. I don't know about you.
Nah, before the injury update, I had the Cardinals winning.
Yeah, well, I had I don't know if it's me being a Giants fan. I had the Giants winning this game, and if they can't beat the Cardinals, I know the Cardinals are a contender, but they're gonna win games that people expect them to win, but they're gonna get crushed come playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
If they can make the playoffs.
Yes. Another notable injury in the NFL is from quarterback of the Washington Redskins, which is Robert Griffin III, suffered an ankle on a non-contact play. So his ankle is messed up, but the thing is with the whole Redskins situation is their backup is pretty good.
Kirk Cousins is pretty good.
That man can play. They won 41-10.
Kirk Cousins and the Redskins, I believe it was 41-10. 41-10 over the Jaguars. Cousins had a big game. Deshaun Jackson also went down in that game. So we had injuries galore this week 2 in the NFL.
Also, A.J. Green got injured.
A.J. Green, no Sean Moreno.
No Sean Moreno from my fantasy team got injured.
Fantasy team in trouble?
It's funny because first week I started Stephen Ridley over No Sean Moreno.
Okay.
And No Sean Moreno actually did good. And Stephen Ridley did not do good.
Right.
So I had points on my bench. So this week, let me switch it up.
Right.
Let me put Moreno in the starting lineup and Ridley bench. Ridley had 103 yards and a touchdown, and No Sean Moreno got injured. So 43 centimeters not doing that good.
You can't fall into that, Ben. You know if they have one good week, the next week's something's gonna happen. C.J. Spiller happened to the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's on my team too. So I was happy. I started him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Dolphins. Everybody knows Armand here at WICR.
Hey, Armand.
Armand, shout out to you. I know you're not around right now, but everybody knows he's a big Dolphins fan.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I had confidence. I think I picked the Dolphins over the Bills because the Dolphins had a real big win against Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Yes.
And even if it was a fluke win,
still a win against the Patriots.
Exactly, and it still collected, in my opinion, a lot of momentum to beat the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
But they couldn't. E.J. Manuel and C.J. Spiller. It was truly a blowout, that game.
Another game that disappointed me, another team that disappointed me
Right.
was the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
Week 1, they demolished the Cowboys. Their defense was in your face. You're not getting nothing on me. But week 2, they played the Chicago Bears. The Sunday night game, 8:30 game.
Right.
In that game, Brandon Marshall was supposed to not play. He messed up his ankle or something. He played. Alshon Jeffrey, the other receiver on the other side of the field of him, is also a beast. He had groin, but he played.
Right.
And Jay Cutler, knowing these 2 wide receivers was injured, he had to make the throws,
Yeah.
which he did. Brandon Marshall had 3 touchdowns, and Jay Cutler and the Bears won the game.
Yeah. Jay Cutler bear down, and that was a good one. Anybody? Rob picked up on it. Rob, Jay Cutler bear down in that one.
You know, Jay Cutler did have a lights out performance, just like the control room.
No.
Oh.
Some.
Yeah.
Oh, one after another.
So Kaepernick did not. Yeah.
People getting a delight today at AB Conversation.
Kaepernick did not have a good game last week. He didn't do the week 1. He didn't do that much to beat the Cowboys.
Right.
And this week, I think I perceived him. He was full of himself, trying to be fancy with it,
I could see that. Yes.
and that resulted for interceptions.
Yeah. And, you know, for him, I think that's a little uncharacteristic of him. I think I think he plays hard, Kaepernick.
Uh-huh.
Even though you may see.
He showboats with the.
Yeah, he showboats and stuff, but I think he still plays. I think he still plays hard, and yeah, no, I mean that's a worrisome game for a 49ers fan. Come deeper into the season, come playoff time, because you're expecting a Kaepernick to lead the 49ers to a win over a team like the Bears, because I believe the 49ers are the better team.
Michael Crabtree was targeted 7 times, and Vernon Davis 3.
Right.
Vernon Davis being a vocal part of that offense, and
Right.
Anquan Boldin only gets 2 receptions.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
No.
And also, another game which players not getting enough reps
Right.
was in the San Diego Chargers game and the Seattle Seahawks game.
Which the Chargers upset the Seahawks.
Yes, in that game, Marshawn Lynch only got 6 touches. This is beast mode. This
Yeah.
is arguably one of the best running backs in the game.
Yeah.
And with 6 touches, he can't impact the team
Yeah.
with only 6 touches.
No, I agree
He
with
needs
that.
to get the ball.
Okay, I agree with that. No, that's definitely a valid point. And in that game, Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers.
I mean, it's hard to defend what he did. I mean, Philip Rivers had a hell of a game, and
284 yards, 3 touchdowns.
And
And all 3 of those touchdowns went to Antonio Gates. Anthony returned the favor. It's only right. But Antonio Gates, this is not the Antonio Gates of young. This is the Antonio Gates of old. And
Yes.
with him getting 3 touchdowns and beating the Seattle Seahawks in that defense, that's a confidence booster for the whole team.
Absolutely. And now they definitely made a comment about Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman,
Richard Sherman was exposed, according to the Chargers.
quote unquote,
Richard Sherman was exposed. He laughed it off.
on Twitter.
Laughed it off.
I don't know if he was really loud. He's just right LMFAO.
Oh yeah, he
He did have 3 receptions, 3 receptions and no big plays on Richard Sherman.
right. So I mean, listen, Richard Sherman's Richard Sherman. But let's just be glad he didn't grab a microphone and start ranting about it. I think another upsetting game for a lot of people, if you were a Saints fan,
Oh yeah.
was the fact that they let Brian Hoyer and the Browns and Mike Pettine's Browns beat up on them.
And this is the Browns.
This is the Browns.
Is
now.
Johnny Manziel? Is he still on the team?
Johnny Manziel put up an Instagram picture a couple of days ago, right? And he puts this picture up. I don't know what he was indicating, but he's got 2 girls, one on each side of him. Looks like he's about to kiss one. I don't know what was going to ensue in the rest of that time.
Trying to run a flea flicker. I don't know. I don't know what was going on.
But he writes, "My girls." I mean,
The
Johnny
option.
Manziel.
He has the option. He's running the option. Johnny Manziel running the option on Instagram.
Yeah. I mean,
Look at money
listen.
sign. Johnny
But you know
Manziel.
what, Johnny Manziel, I saw somebody comment on this. I don't know who commented on this. I'll leave the name anonymous. But they said, Johnny Manziel, you keep getting the girls while Brian Hoyer keeps getting the wins.
It is true.
So I mean, Brian Hoyer. Now, in all fairness, Brian Hoyer and Johnny Manziel did play similarly during preseason. It's not like anybody ran away with it. But Ty goes to the veteran, and they gave it to Brian Hoyer. So it's not like Johnny Manziel is necessarily partying and not winning his own job. He's not really getting a chance to prove himself on the field right now. I hope he will, because then we can actually criticize all those pictures. We'll have justification to. But right now we can't, because he's not really getting playing time. But Brian Hoyer's definitely earning it.
He's winning games for the Browns. And on a final note for NFL, the Thursday night game, which is tomorrow,
right,
is the Buccaneers and the Falcons.
Right. Felix,
you're a Falcons fan. I hope they get them done, because losing to the Browns, that's not good.
No.
Not the Buccaneers, excuse me.
Buccaneers, yeah. Back. One more comment about that Saints game is that Sean Payton and Rob Ryan had gotten into it basically because Sean Payton said to Rob Ryan, "This is the Browns. You know, we're supposed to have."
You're Rob Ryan.
You're Rob Ryan.
You're Rob Ryan.
You know, you're supposed to have a good defense here. This is the Browns we let score however many. What was it? 27 points, something like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's all I have on the slate for week 2.
Week 2 was in the books.
Week
3 we will cover next week, and for the next segment we will be talking about baseballs. Hopefully I see something from Mr. Pinstripes, and we'll be talking about other miscellaneous events that happen in the sports world. So stay tuned to AB Conversation. We'll be back.